So we are on Theory 1 for Conservatory Canada, Chapter 4, Simple Time, on page 43. We're just going to do a quick review over what we're talking about here. Simple, in music terms, just deals with our time signatures with the numbers 2, 3, or 4 as the top number. And we have some definitions, first of all. Beat and tempo. We have just learned how sounds, notes, and silences, rests in music are held for varying lengths of time. We call that the duration. Now we will see how durations are measured. Beats are regular strong and weak pulses that divide time into units of equal length. The regular repeated thumping of your heart produces beats. We follow the beat when we march or dance or simply tap our foot. Tempo. The plural can be tempi or tempos, is the rate of speed of the beat. And the analogy used in the text says, imagine yourself in a car with the window down. As you drive past telephone poles placed at equal distances on the roadside, you will hear a regular whoosh, whoosh sound. That's the beat. If the car slows down, so will the sound. And if it speeds up, so will the sound. The speed of the car represents the tempo. Musicians often use a device called a metronome to determine the tempo of a piece and to help them keep a steady beat. So what we're going to do is we're just going to clap our hands to the beat of a nice feeling for the beat right here. I'm going to count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and ba da 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 da. Da, 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 da. As long as I keep that beat nice and steady, that is my beat there. Beat patterns. Beats tend to group themselves into regular patterns of 2 or more beats. The pattern is repeated. There are many examples of this in our everyday lives. For example, day and night, or the regular coming of spring, summer, fall, and winter. In music, the first beat of the pattern is usually stronger than the others. We call that the downbeat. Over to page 44. Time or meter. The measuring of music into repeated beat patterns with their recurring accents. A bar or measure. Each beat pattern forms a bar or measure. The 3 types of timing that we need to be aware of in Theory 1 are duple time, that represents the 2 beats per bar. Triple time represents 3 beats per bar. Quadruple time represents 4 beats per bar. In duple time, it's much like a march. 1, 2, 1, 2. Triple time, much like a waltz. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Quadruple time is much like the pop music that we listen to on the radio. 1, 2, 3, 4. Strong, weak, medium, weak. And again, we call beat 1 the downbeat. So, simple time signatures. This doesn't necessarily mean that the work is actually simple, but it deals with those time signatures that are broken down to the smallest numbers that we have, 2, 3, and 4. That's what the word simple means in this case. A time signature is made up of 2 numbers, one above the other, placed after the clef sign at the beginning of the piece. It tells us 2 things. The top number tells us how many beats, not how many notes, are in every bar. The bottom number tells us what kind of note gets 1 beat, usually called the unit beat. In this example, the top number 3 tells us that there are 3 beats in each bar. The bottom number 4 tells us that the unit beat is a quarter note, meaning that a quarter note gets 1 beat or count. And I'll just hold that up to the camera right here. We see the time signature right here. We have a 3 right here for the 3 beats per bar. The 4 represents the quarter note. You'll notice in piano music that we do place the time signature in both staves, the treble and the bass staff. You'll notice at the bottom of the page a whole bunch of examples of time signatures that you will see. 4-4, the equivalent of 4 quarter notes per bar. 3-2, the equivalent of 3 half notes per bar. 3-8, the equivalent of 3 eighth notes per bar. 3/16, the equivalent of 3/16 notes per bar. 4-8, 4 eighth notes per bar. 2-4, 2 quarter notes per bar. 2-2, 2 half notes per bar. And 2-8, 2 eighth notes per bar. Page 45 has an excellent page of all the time signatures you need to know for Theory 1. And they are all columned into our duple, triple, and quadruple. So we have our duple from 2 whole notes all the way to 2/16 notes, triple from 3 whole notes, 3/1 to 3/16, and our quadruple time from 4 whole notes per bar all the way to 4/16. So we can have any one of those groupings. This page will be a handy one to refer back to many, many times. On to page 46. Time signatures in our hints are written to the right of the clef sign and must be written neatly inside the staff. So we must keep them within the staff. If they go outside of the staff on any way, we lose marks for that. So we do have to be as neat as possible. The top number takes up 2 spaces and sits on the 3rd line. Bottom number takes up the bottom 2 spaces and sits on the 3rd line. And I'm not sure if it mentions this here in the hints, but do keep in mind, time signatures are not fractions. We do not put a line through them. The number of the bottom can only be the same as one of the types of notes we have learned. Whole note is 1, half note is 2, quarter note is 4, eighth note is for the 8, and 16 for the 16th note. It is impossible to have a number like 3, 7, or 21, etc. on the bottom because there are no notes that correspond to them. Clef signs are written at the beginning of every staff, but a time signature is written only once in each of the treble and bass staffs at the very beginning of the piece of music. The only time it is written again is if it is changed partway through the piece, and that can happen from time to time. No matter how many staves or staves you have, all time signatures obviously must be the same, or the players or hands won't keep a common beat and stay together. So you're not going to see a right hand in a piano piece playing 4/4 time and the left hand playing 3/4 time. It will be the same time signature in both hands. And if a singer is singing, the singer will be in the same time signature too. Here's our thing. No line should be placed between the numbers. Remember, time signatures are not fractions. And we have a little note here, which we are going to ignore here because we can use abbreviations for our time signatures. So we have a C with a line through it. A C with a line through it represents what we call cut time. And that is a synonym for 2/2 time. And the C, just the round C on its own, is called common time, and that represents a measure of 4/4 time. And so I'm going to add that in there, and yes, you may use these time signatures if you wish to instead of 4/4 or 2/2. I'm going to just bring this up to the page right here to the video, and we can see the C with the line through it, cut time 2 half notes per bar, and the regular C is common time 4 quarter notes per bar. And I will mention as well, 2/2 and 4/4 are basically synonyms. 2 half notes per bar, 1 half note equals 2 quarter notes. So 2 half notes equals 4 quarter notes. So both of those time signatures are very much the same. The only difference is in 2/2 time, we feel 1 half, 2 halves, 1 half, 2 halves. In 4/4 time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we feel a strong, weak, medium, weak. Okay, we are on to, the bottom of page 46, we have a little exercise to do. In the following duple time signatures, this is question 2 at the bottom, decide what kind of note is the unit beat and complete each bar with the correct number of these notes. So the very first one is 2/1. If in doubt, we know where to go. We go back to page 45 to our chart of simple time signatures. So we're looking over 2/1, and what do we have for 2/1? And what do we have? What are they called? Whole notes. How many?
2.
2 of them. So that's what we draw. 2 whole notes. All right, now what do we have in the next one? These ones should be very obvious. 2/8.
Nope.
2 eighth notes, absolutely. And are we going to beam them together or keep them separate?
Separate.
I think we should beam them together. 2/8 get beamed together. All right. What do you think we have on the third one? Are you able to look at that one without looking back at the chart? Two what kind of notes?
Whole note?
Two what kind of notes?
Whole note?
Oh, can you say it a little louder?
Whole note?
I
I don't know.
two what kind of notes?
Quarter note?
Two quarter notes, absolutely. And what do we have for the next one?
2 16 notes.
Two 16th notes. So I'm just going to hold up the two quarters. So we've got our two whole notes, two eighth notes, two quarter notes. And are we going to beam those two 16th notes together?
Yes.
We sure are. Absolutely. And what do we have for the last one?
2 half notes.
Two half notes. And that is our line right there. Simple as that. And yep, we're looking good there. All right, we're on to page 47. Now, just to make sure that because we're gonna possibly want to make sure that we get everything on here, we're going to turn to page 50 quickly. And I need us to turn to page 50 and we're going to date today. And on page 50, we'll write today's date, November 5th, 2025. That is how far we're definitely going to today. If we could go further, that would be fantastic. But we'll see if we can't get there. Back to page 47. Now, this question is the same as the last one. Don't overthink it. In the following triple time signatures, decide what kind of note is the unit beat and complete each bar with the correct number of these notes. If possible, do them without looking back at the chart. So what do we need in the first measure?
Here.
Yep.
3 quarter notes.
3 quarter notes. 3/4 is 3 quarter notes. And what about the next one?
3 notes.
3/8 notes. And are we beaming those together?
Yeah.
Did you say yes?
Yes.
We are. We're going to beam 3/8 notes together. And so I'm just going to bring that up to the screen as well, so we can see what the 3/8 look like right there. All right. And what about the next one?
3 half notes.
How many of them?
3.
3 half notes. 3/2 is 3 half notes. And when you're ready, we're on to the next one.
3 16.
3/16 notes. And do they get beamed together?
Yes.
They sure do. You'll hear me often call the 8th notes and 16th note time signatures the little time signatures. And you'll hear me say that quite often. The little time signatures, they're just 3 little 16th notes, which we usually beam together. And what about the last one? 3/1.
3. Not a quarter note.
Any ideas there? We're going to look back at the chart. 3 what? 3/1.
Whole note.
3 what kind of notes?
Whole note.
3 whole notes. Absolutely. That's what we've got there. And our answer for the triples should look something like this. And are we looking good there? It's looking good there. All right. Guess what?
Homework.
In the following quadruple time signatures, it's the same thing. Decide what kind of note is the unit beat, i.e. the note that gets one beat. Complete each bar with the correct number of these notes. So the first one is...
4 16.
And are we going to beam all 4 of those 16ths together?
Yes.
We sure are. It's a little time signature, 4 16th notes. So we're going to beam them all together so we get a nice group of 4 16ths together. All right, it should look something like that. All right, on to the next one, 4/2.
4 half notes.
4 half notes. This is as bad as it gets. Is it pretty easy, would you say? Yes, it's not hard at all. All right, 4/1. I think we know what to do now.
4 quarter. Oh, I'm looking at this one. 4 half or 4 whole notes.
4 whole notes. Yep, we got 4 whole notes. Then we have 4
quarter notes.
4 quarter notes. And you may as well say the last one, 4
8 notes.
4 eighth notes, all beamed together?
Yeah.
Yep. Those are our little time signatures again. Now I will mention 4/8 time, we could do them in pairs as well if we wanted to. So I'm actually going to do my 4/8 in pairs, but we can group all 4 together as well. And so 4/8 is getting to the point where it's not quite a little time signature. 4/8 has a synonym as well. What is 4/8 possibly the same as? We have to use our knowledge of... 2 quarter notes. It is. It's very synonymous with 2 quarter notes. So if you were doing your music exam and it added up to 4/8 notes or 2 quarter notes, either answer is acceptable. Bonus for that. Okay, we are on to question 5. For the following time signatures, give the number of beats per bar. Is that the top number or the bottom number that gives us the number of beats per bar? Top number or bottom number of the time signature? The top number. And then, what does the bottom number represent?
The unit beat.
The unit beat. So that's B. Write the note that is the unit beat. Now, they've done an example. They've given us 3/4. Beats per bar, 3. Unit beat, 4, represents quarter note. What do we have in the second one?
3.
3 beats per bar, and unit beat is?
Half note.
You know what? A half note. 2/8.
2 and then a 8 note.
You got it. So beats per bar, 2, unit beat 8. In this case, we would draw a single 8th note. Just like that. So far, so good?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Let's keep going. What do we have?
3 and a 16th.
3 and a 16th note. You got it. Then we have...
4.
Yep. And
Whole.
a whole note. So 4/1 is our whole note. And we have 2 to go. For what kind of notes?
8 note.
Yep. And for...
Quarter note.
You got it. And your answers should look something like this. Of course, yours will be so much neater than mine.
No, I'm going fast.
All right. We're moving through, and I got to go fast. So, page 48. We are writing a complete bar of the notes that are the unit beat for the following time signatures. We're identifying them as duple, triple, or quadruple and adding the time signature. We're doing the same thing on question 8. And on page 49, we talk about rhythm and beat. We have some exercises on rhythm and beat where we clap, and we talk about grouping of notes on page 50, and you've dated it. No